Welcome to a brand new Five Heart Podcast Live. We are with you in your living rooms, possibly, in your vehicles. There's a good chance that for some of you, we're with you on the toilet.
I hope not.
Deal with it, Fred. That's where people take their phones to the crapper now, man. I don't know if you know this.
I do not know this, and I do not do it because I'm
it's the newspaper of the 21st century.
I don't take the paper, as the old people say, so I don't have either. I use the bathroom to be alone with my thoughts.
That's quite possibly even scarier than the notion of somebody watching us from the crapper. So
you're damn right.
We are Coronation's preeminent video long-form podcast reality show here on the channels of YouTube, Facebook, and X. And we appreciate all of you for being here. Greg Mahachko, Fred Sacco. Drink. Cheers.
Salute.
Slancha.
That too.
Husker Chuck is lurking. Highlander Gunn is in the field looking for a UFO.
Oh, they're a great band. I love them.
James Boardman says phones aren't good for wiping. They smear the shit.
He probably is not wrong. I mean, they're a slick surface. They don't have any traction to grab anything. Look, it's Pitt.
and
speaking of shit.
What a segue. Hi, Pitt. And everyone else who's joining us here. Hey, look, we get it. It's the last Thursday in June, which means we're very close, Fred, to summer workouts. We're getting closer to fall camp and the 2026, what we hope to be 2027 Nebraska football season. And let's get into it right away. Changes are coming to NCAA and in the world of college athletics. It was voted on this week. And beginning in the 2027 season, it's going to be 5 for 5. So 5 years to play 5 seasons of college sports. And there are all kinds of rules for this, as one would expect. But I'll kind of jump through some of the nuggets here. Athletes have a 5-year window to complete their 5 seasons of play. The clock officially starts upon initial full-time college enrollment or the academic year following an athlete's 19th birthday, whichever happens first. And traditional athletics redshirts and sports-specific waivers are virtually eliminated, except in rare circumstances. So the one thing that I was thinking of, they say active duty military service or pregnancy, but I was thinking earlier today of, well, what about Utah or BYU when the Mormons have the mission trips? There are exceptions for official religious missions. So
that's good. Well, the pregnancy is good too. That'll help Dylan, eventually, because he's got a bun in the oven. So, or maybe it's some of those Hawaiian.
He doesn't have a bun in the oven. He does have 14 Cinnabons in 14 his bread basket. So.
And a bag of those Hawaiian sweet rolls. Yeah, those are,
Hey, that may be putting your toe over the line of something that may be cultural inappropriation.
They have them at the grocery store right over there. I buy them all the time. It's like
right, but he's Polynesian, so for him they're just called sweet rolls.
True, I guess he's got to get some fucking Swedish rye or some bullshit. I don't know. I didn't.
This is horrible. What he needs is a nice French baguette. Something that's off-brand.
Yeah, if we only had somebody on the channel that could translate for that bread, but maybe next time. Who are you? Okay. No, that's. I mean, that's. I didn't get to read all of it, but I was curious thinking about the Mormon stuff. So that would actually have to be an exception. And the red shirt thing, I guess. I mean, I've always grown up with the injury, red shirt. kind of a thing. Just like now, injury is just, it's part of that bundle of 5 years. That's it.
I remember, and I didn't realize this was a rule until I saw I think, highly underrated movie from 20 some odd years ago, We Are Marshall, where there was a time where freshmen couldn't play, and it was only when the Thundering Herd had that horrific, tragic plane wreck in the 70s, late 60s, early 70s, something like that, and wiped out most of their football program, that they were able to win an appeal and play freshmen, incoming freshmen. So again, I don't want to necessarily say that was, it didn't open up the floodgates of freshman eligibility, but we have been in a, I don't know what it'd be, because I guess, to play doesn't, for eligibility doesn't mean you're right out the gate starting. So we always talk about, especially in the Big Ten, in the trenches, get old, stay old. We're still not going to see freshmen coming in unless they're, generational talent, I suppose. But we're still not going to see freshmen coming in and starting at offensive tackle. But it does mean the red shirts are gone. I mean, you could theoretically play 5 years of college football or college basketball if you're good enough. I think about someone like Trey Taylor, who, this is going to be hitting him in his first year. I think it would be a shining example of our coaching staff's inability to develop talent if Trey Taylor is still here in 5 years. If he's a 5-star Elite 11 MVP quarterback, and one of the top quarterbacks in his class, and he still hasn't figured out how to get drafted, before year 5, that's not a good sign.
Yeah. And I would hope by then we have some bedrock of consistency on offense with coaching and the quarterback coach and all the stuff, and just, I'm fine with what they're doing. You got to end this thing. And we're past the COVID stage where there was 6-year, all these guys that were super seniors and all that shit that have been here since forever. So maybe we'll finally get a little bit of stability, at least with that aspect of the game.
Husker Chuck says this rule affects every team, not just us. True.
Really?
I mean, just because we've been poisoned by Big 12 and Big 10 officiating, it seems like we've been singled out for that for the last 20 years.
I chalked it up to East Coast bias, that nasty demon over there.
Maryland and Rutgers, the East Coast.
Yeah.
Now we got to deal with the West Coast bias, because now we have to deal with the likes of UCLA, or not UCLA, USC and Oregon. So once again, Nebraska smack dab in the middle is getting pissed on by both teams, or by both coasts. So
they like that at Northwestern, so that's a cool thing. But yeah,
like that. Jeez. So it was a big ruling. I've already seen. I just saw tonight. I'm not going to be able to pull it up quickly enough, but there is an attorney in Ohio who already has a client roster of. And I don't know, it just said names. It didn't say school affiliations or anything like that. But I believe that this is related, but just a list of names of players who are going to be challenging this ruling. So here we go. This is from John Rothstein, possibly Rothstein. Who is a college basketball insider for CBS Sports. And he says, attorneys Ryan Downton and Darren Heitner tell me they have filed an injunction in Ohio for members of the high school class of 2022 who have just completed their 4th year of competition. And then it's a list of players that none of them are Nebraska players. But this is, this completed their 4th year of competition. What is the basis of how many years, again, do these players need? Because so many college athletes that we've seen in the last couple of years have been playing for 6 or 7 years. The who is it? The Ole Miss quarterback,
Oh yeah,
Chamberlain or something. I don't think
yep,
that's who's I don't just been looking at his 7th year of college, like the COVID year and redshirt. It's got to stop. Like at some point, you have to stop the flooding.
I thought we were done with that. I mean, what's the grounds of that Ohio guy doing? Like what? Fuck, that's 4 years ago. I don't get.
Well, yeah, because they were the high school class of 2022, so they've had 4 years now of collegiate competition. Now, here's the funny thing, because yes, unlike the roster limit, with 105, that kind of shift we talked about that last year, for athletes already enrolled, the schools have the flexibility to apply either the new age-based model or the traditional rules, depending on which is more beneficial. So this might be an injunction for no reason, no purpose behind it. If the school, I mean, I guess that gives the school a lot of leeway to say, depending on the player's benefit or contribution or productivity, how they can cut them loose or retain them. The NCAA has set a July 31st deadline for athletes to submit any remaining hardship waivers or extension requests under the old rules, after which such waivers will no longer be available. So,
I mean, it's players making money. I mean, really, that's kind of the biggest thing.
Exactly what James Mormon said.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess they're trying to help in some circumstance, but like you said, it's kind of ruled moot with the clause in there. So, yeah, I don't know. It's just, I think we'll see more of this stuff. People are going to find an angle to try and change things and make somebody some money, and yeah, it's rough.
It's I do think it is one step towards the NCAA trying to reclaim some control.
It's just why wait so long? I mean, was it by design? I just feel like they just said, do what you want and see what happens,
like anything else, at any level of debate or discussion. I mean, it probably took a while to hammer out details. This might have been something they've been working on for a couple of years. Maybe some other options died on the debate floor. I don't know. I don't know why why does anything take so long, Fred?
Bureaucracy. Bureaucracy and the NCAA is feckless. I mean, they're kind of like sometimes like Roger Goodell, where it's makeup calls. A thing happens and they react instead of, just strong arming a thing. And I honestly, though, I've said this 100 times on this show. It's like Joe Moglia said, he said he feels like the NCAA just kind of let it go, let the Pandora's box open because people wanted all this stuff so much. So they just said, okay, here you go. And let you see what it looks like with no guardrails. Now, finally, this many years later, we're having to tighten the belt. It sucks because it's going to be inconsistencies all the way along until we finally get something. I mean, at least sorry, the dog just ran out.
Didn't even hear it.
Here's me talking loud, I guess. But yeah, it's just I think the inconsistencies is such, and it's like every year it's going to be something different until there's finally some kind of thing locked in place where we can just play fucking football. All this legal shit goes away.
Or, as Nebraska Strong says, volleyball season. So does this mean we get Bergen Riley or Jackson or Harper Murray for another year of volleyball? We
do it.
So, again, my understanding is none of this really impacts NIL or the transfer portal, so they can still bounce. If they were to get a better offer anywhere. We certainly hope that doesn't happen.
No.
Because these are 3 top producers, top names for the volleyball program. But whether volleyball, basketball, which, we'll mention a couple of basketball players here in a couple minutes, football, wherever, 5 years to play 5 seasons. The clock is ticking. So
I like it. At least there's that. And we can get past, hopefully, the COVID stuff and the stuff where the JUCOs were somehow claiming to be able to get time back and all that.
Well, yeah, because they were saying that the JUCO years didn't count.
Yeah.
Horseshit. Horseshit.
These guys would be playing till they're old as I am, for fuck's sake. It's ridiculous.
Well,
that's old, Greg.
True. Like Minnie says, COVID year made it messy. And it did. COVID screwed up so much. And honestly, college athletics was just the tip of the iceberg. So
it was just the tip.
Well, we don't want to get into that. That's above my pay grade.
Just to see how it feels, Greg. Just the tip.
No, wait, no. I almost thumbs up and I'm like, wait a minute. It took me a minute.
Damn, you walked into that like Dylan at a buffet. Boom.
Oh,
easy.
My goodness. So before we let's focus on a couple of Nebraska players quickly, and then we'll jump back into larger scale NCAA stuff. So 2 Nebraska men's basketball players signed undrafted free agent contracts with a couple of the NBA teams that are out there. The first, I say, I don't know if this first, as I scroll down. By the way, if you're not following, or if you want to know where I'm getting most of my Husker news these days, it's over on x.com/Robin Washit. But Rank Mast signed with the Indiana Pacers, and the coach's boy, Sammy, as
the Bull.
Sammy the Bull. Sammy, my boy, signed with the Phoenix Suns. So
that's cool. Suns was they were my team for a while when I was in high school, because I was a Barkley fan, and honestly that tracks. Yeah. Oh, so, Barkley, the best ever. Didn't care where he was. I just followed him. That was it. When he quit playing, I quit watching the NBA. So that's how that worked. But yeah, love that man.
He went to Auburn.
Yeah, that's I let that. That doesn't matter. Auburn never bothered us. They had Bo Jackson. Fuck it.
They did have Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson threw a man out from the left field fence at home plate on the fly once. Bo Jackson
broke a bat over his head.
Yeah,
ran over the bars. He was just that hip injury.
Oh,
just that was just ridiculous. So sad.
Also, one of the funniest, best storytellers out there. I've seen some clips of him, I think, on the Rich Eisen show, and some other, radio interviews or podcast things that he's done. Phenomenal storyteller. If Bo Jackson clip ever pops up in any of your algorithms, don't scroll past it. He's got great stories from his time in college, in baseball, and or in Major League Baseball and in the NFL. So
I did not know that. I got to check that. That's because he seemed like he's always super cool, despite all because everything was Bo knows back when I was growing up. Oh my God, you couldn't turn on the TV without seeing it. But
Tecmo football.
Yeah. Yep. Run, you picked my play, but he was the one guy that could run through when you picked the play, and everybody bounced off him. Lawrence Taylor, didn't matter. Yeah, man was a machine.
I have so many questions about this next comment that I have to highlight it and ask.
Pitt?
It's Pitt. Pitt says, the cookie I just ate tasted like a grass-fed skunk. Pitt, was it one of your special cookies?
Pitt has free-range special cookies, I think.
Free range. I was driving today. It wasn't dusk. It was on my way home from work, and there's just chickens crossing the road. 3 chickens just going from the gas station back home. I don't know what the hell they were doing.
That's odd. We see, even here where we're at, you will see turkeys, ducks, and geese, but never chickens.
He says it's pretty special. And Highlander says those are the good ones. Grass-fed skunk. Also, what's the difference between grass-fed, corn-fed, free range cage. Skunk is all
corn fed. It's got GMOs in it and all that stuff, and it's basically like having Skittles and whatnot. Whereas grass fed, it's supposedly more earthy and holistic and good
for the skunk, for the grass fed or corn fed skunk.
No, for Pitt.
Okay,
he's gonna have a very clean recreational experience after his grass fed skunk smelling burger or whatever he had.
I don't think it was a cookie.
Pitt did it all for the cookie.
No, that's a different song.
I don't care.
All right, let's turn our attention to the South, particularly the OK state of Texas. We discussed last week that, we've just been following this Brendan Sorsby saga this is our third week now talking about it. I can't believe it. We talked last week how he and there we go, for life. How he and Texas Tech mutually parted ways.
I can't believe that much meat on this bone. No pun intended. But yeah,
it's because that knee circumference and bone density. We talked last week about how he and Texas Tech mutually parting ways, and he was going to enter the supplemental draft. And then the NFL comes out and says there hasn't been a supplemental draft since the 1970s. Like, they're not making any exceptions. He's just not going to be playing football this year.
There hasn't been one. I thought they did it a couple times. Maybe not. I don't know. It's been a minute. I could have but even if that's the case, then to me, that was just their way of snuffing this out right away. End it. Like, now you have to sit, and it totally devalues him because there's nothing he can do until next year,
So I looked. Let's see. Hold on. I want to read the letter if I can click on it quickly, which is everybody. If you've been a viewer of the show long enough, you know that nothing with my computer ever happens quickly. But the letter that the NFL sent or released says, due to the collective bargaining, the league has not conducted such a draft for several years, and prior to your submission, the league had no plans to do so this year, as no other player has sought entry. And okay, I might have been a little bit misguided on the years. I could have sworn I thought I read something about the 70s, but in the letter dated this past Tuesday, June 23rd, just says, nope, sorry. Declared ineligible, exhausted of all your avenues to continue in the NCAA, and want to now play in the NFL. That's not good enough. So I did a little research. Honestly, it's about the only research I did for the show this week, Fred.
What? Not all heroes wear capes, Greg. That's great. Good for you.
So the UFL is over. They had their championship, I think, last week. They play February or March to, beginning of June for their 10 or so games. He can't play in the NFL. There is one option in North America, Fred.
Canada.
He could go to Canada. Now, I said, well, by golly, when does the Canadian Football League season begin? I thought, it was a little further along in the summer, but then I remembered it's Canada. It's going to start, snowing there in 3 weeks. So the 2026 Canadian Football League the season's already underway. It began June 4th.
Oh,
it's a 21-week, 18-game schedule. It culminates in the 113th Grey Cup on Sunday, November 15th, 2026 in Calgary. Now, there are 9 teams in the CFL. If one of them loses a quarterback, Brendan Sorsby could be like, I'm here.
God, they're down to 9 teams now?
That's what it says.
Golly, I haven't followed it in forever. I used to watch it on satellite when I was a kid. Damn, 9 teams. Yeah, he could go up there. Maybe he could be a Saskatchewan
Rough Rider?
Jinx.
Oh, is that the one you said too?
Yes.
I'm so happy.
Oh God, we're such a hive mind. I'm scared now, Greg. I might need to take a week off.
The Argonauts, the Tiger Cats.
Do they have the Alouettes?
They still have the Alouettes and the Elks and the British Columbia Lions, and this one here seems a little insensitive. They're called the Red Blacks. Don't know what that is.
Is that a new team? I don't ever remember that. I don't remember the Elks either.
And then the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. We cannot forget about the Winnipeg Blue Bombers because Nebraska's beloved Yoshi Hardrick and one-time Corn Nation podcaster with John Johnston was a Winnipeg Blue Bomber. Won a championship with them a few years ago.
And Baron Miles was, I think he's a Hall of Famer up there, if I remember right, from the good old days teams. He played forever. So, yeah.
Huh. Well, I don't know if we would be talking nearly as much about Brendan Sorsby if not for the third member of our broadcast team who is an admitted Brendan Sorsby. Going all the way back to last summer while he was still at Cincinnati and Nebraska was preparing to play Cincinnati, this individual was very high on the Brendan Sorsby bandwagon. And please welcome to the show, welcome back to the show, if you will, Minnie Hunt, who is going to weigh in on the Saga of Sorsby.
The Saga of Sorsby. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Minnie.
It's like as the days turn. What is that soap opera?
Like sands through the hourglass. I feel bad that I know that.
Time. Yep.
What is it?
I'm really sick and sad that me and Greg knew that too, and we said it at the same fucking time. Golly. What'd you miss, Josh? Who's this Josh guy? Never even heard of him.
He changed his name.
Ban that fucker.
I can't put him in timeout again.
Oh no, that took up like half the show the last time you did that on accident to be be funny. Anyways.
Good to see you, Josh.
Good to see you, Minnie. What do you think about Sorsby now?
Oh gosh.
Anthem man.
Well, he kind of got screwed, didn't he?
How?
Wait, Minnie, before you go into it, and Greg will understand. Sorsby screwed Sorsby.
Yep.
Okay.
Brendan screwed Brendan.
I guess. I mean, I think. Okay.
What you're calling for, Minnie, is anarchy. You're saying that do whatever you want. There are no consequences.
No. I definitely am not. And I am so impressed by the NFL. I actually love what they put out and the way that their, lawyer worded it. It seemed like they went into extra examples of the reasons why they're not, giving it another thought.
All in order to not have a guy get drafted that is a monumental risk that could damage the integrity of the game. But
you're right.
Good for them. NFL finally did something halfway right because God forbid this could actually cost them money,
I know. And they said work on getting ready for the 2027 draft.
I don't know how, honestly, that seems like so far away. How does one I'm sure with the trainers and everything else, it's possible. I don't know how are you going to get live reps? How are you going to, essentially you're just practicing throwing at targets and not, running for your life or not doing anything meaningful for the next, I got to do math again, 10 months.
You're right.
Is the Arena League going on now?
Arena football. He could do that.
I forgot about that.
But the chances of him getting injured are pretty high. Isn't it? Arena football is pretty
he could just get his lawyers to fix that too, or he could bet on the other team and they won't hit him. And
so I had a thought. Why can't he go into JUCO?
I actually thought that myself. I don't know how that would work.
Well, they don't have any conferences.
NJCAA is a different governing body.
Yeah. And there's some pretty good JUCO schools.
Western Iowa?
Yes.
Iowa Western or whatever.
Yeah, that's where we got Grandstand from.
Gramstad.
Granddad. Yeah, that's where we got him from. So
Grandstad is what Dylan did, but then he didn't do anything after he grandstanded. But yeah, Gramstad, Jaden. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. I just greggled it, and I know that I greggled it because the little video told me so.
Opa.
So I Googled, could Brendan Sorsby play in JUCO? And AI overview says, yes, could theoretically play JUCO football as it remains one of his few remaining options. However, multiple hurdles would need to overcome to make this happen. The path to JUCO, because Sorsby dropped his lawsuit to pursue the NFL supplemental draft, which the NFL subsequently declined to hold, of course, he is permanently ineligible for NCAA and NAIA competition due to his gambling violations. That does leave the NJCAA or the California Community College Athletic Association as the only non-NCAA collegiate options open to him. He would have to apply and be evaluated for eligibility by either of those two organizations. While JUCO eligibility is determined at the institutional level, the governing bodies would still need to review his past NCAA participation and the circumstances surrounding his gambling suspension. There is a recent precedent for this route. For example, we just talked about him last week. Former Iowa State quarterback Hunter Deckers went the JUCO route and played for Iowa Western after receiving his NCAA gambling suspension. Depending on the school and if he receives clearance, a year playing JUCO football could help him develop and rebuild his narrative ahead of the 2027 NFL draft, all reported by Yahoo Sports. Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
I think it's wild that the NJCAA doesn't fall under the purview of the NCAA. And also, this is wild, but not terribly surprising, California has its own governing body too.
That is not surprising at all. So he could technically, he could play for Northern Iowa, right? Western Iowa. Is it Western Iowa?
Northern Iowa. Or no, Iowa Western.
Iowa Western. He could play for Iowa Western.
Yep.
Okay, so he could play for them this year. And then he could play for Texas Tech next year if he follows through. We lost Fred.
That almost never happens. We usually lose me.
Maybe he has a USB problem.
Hey. So, so
just play with me for just a second. Okay. So if he and his lawyer pursued, going after or fighting the NCAA ruling and won, because his lawyer is Jeffrey Kessler. He changed rules for the NFL. If they were able to, change the ruling, he could then play for Texas Tech next year and then go into the 2028 draft and get that $5 million.
I don't know if Texas Tech would take him back at this point, honestly.
And I feel like he really got at some point bad advice after all this. Yeah, it just usually I figure the people that are involved with this stuff and they have the money and the resources and the lawyers, they would know. It's like chess, and you know how things are going to play out. I am kind of surprised that he had this outcome. I figured the people in charge or the tech people or whoever would know how this would work out. And it's like he kind of got hung out to dry, and that's fine. I don't give a shit. He deserves it. after all this, fuck him. It's like, I can't see how he still thinks everything's just A-okay. So somebody somewhere led him astray. That was good.
So he has 4 seasons of NCAA, 4 years, 4 seasons. We were talking at the top of the show, of course, about 5 years for 5 seasons. So he's got 4. I guess, again, the NJCAA doesn't fall under that umbrella, so he could come back for a 5th. But I think at this point, he's 23 years old, 24.
He is. Maybe. Is he 23?
I don't know. I've got to go back and
still seems
22.
Still seems crazy that the junior college, I mean, that's kind of like where you go to like rehab, either for trouble or grades or whatever.
Grades, yeah.
They just randomly like, you can, we could still let you in. It just, I don't know.
And it would, I
don't see.
You would think that if that was the case, then Netflix would scramble and do another season of Last Chance U wherever he ended up.
Oh shit!
And think of the television ratings, because you would want to watch just about every game that he's playing for whatever JUCO school he went to.
I actually wouldn't. I would just skim YouTube and my feed, because I don't really give a shit about the guy. I talk about him because we talk about him on here, but
okay.
My fault.
Yeah, it's. I know it's been overplayed. This hand's been overplayed. We're so over it. Nobody wants
story until it got shut down as far as the rules of everything, and now it's just kind of like, it'd be interesting. But now it's like one of those things that I laugh at, like Dylan or Scott Frost. Like, okay, now they're just a jagoff way over here, and I hear about them and I just laugh when I hear about their misfortune. I don't wish them anything, just they're out there now.
Well, we'll keep you guys up to date.
We definitely will.
All right, so do we have anything else Sorsby related?
Thank God, no.
I sure don't.
I am going to close out of all of my Sorsby tabs, of which there are many. For different.
Close yours out too many. I know there's probably been a sploosh or two.
No, there are not. There's no Sorsby tabs. There's
no Sorsby's, no sploosh.
I can't believe that I forgot this when I was doing the write-up earlier.
I can't believe it either. I know what you're going to say.
Do you?
I do. I have ESP.
And
I have ESPN. Is that
Minnie has the Ocho, but she doesn't understand it.
I don't. The big Ocho, I still don't get it.
So between tonight and the last time we got together, Nebraska had an unveiling party for some new football uniforms.
Dang it. I would have been right.
I was so prepared that I don't have the pictures of said uniforms to share here tonight, but we all have seen them. There's minor, I would say minor adjustments. The 3 stripes are down to 2 stripes. They've moved higher on the shoulders to put numbers on the sleeves. The numbers are different. They've also cut the stripes on the pants in half and have them like from mid-thigh down to the knee. I don't hate the uniforms. I understand that, hey, it's still the classiest uniform in all of college football, scarlet and cream. If we just kept these, I think if we got away from all our goofy alternatives, we still have the nicest uniforms. What do y'all think about the uniforms?
Go ahead, Fred.
I think they look like a mix of old and new, and the practice uniforms we see on some of those videos with the way the stripes are, and it's a hybrid thing. It's Husker Chuck says minor changes, numbers are larger, plus on the shoulders. It doesn't offend me, and I don't mind it. but we've talked about this from the other angle where it's like, just fucking win, just do something. And the unveiling is where I have trouble because there's like a lot of hoopla for it. And I get it. It's fun for the players, but just win, you know.
Vince wants to know if they are Magic winning uniforms.
On Xbox and PlayStation 5, yeah.
Mama says they's my winning uniforms. Mama said they win me any trophy. All right, that was bad. I apologize, everybody.
That's all right. As good as it's gonna get, Greg. It's late. I understand.
I appreciate your grace. Pitt just wants the 2 stripes all the way down the pants forever. I don't mind. I don't mind the midway stripe. Sam says that the stripes are like the Adidas logo. That's fine too.
I can see that.
James says jersey sales must have been lagging. It's time for a money grab.
Getting cynical. What do you think, Minnie?
I think that it's important to reinvent yourself once in a while. And this type of unveiling is good for a newer generation of Husker players. I think that it's really kind of badass the way that the stripes kind of go up in a V. It makes them look tougher. And I know Pitt said he didn't like the 2 stripes kind of being cut short. No, Greg, it doesn't make you look tougher.
Oh, okay. I was like, I'm trying to figure out how stripes going.
Greg doesn't know what to do with his hands again. It's okay. Just like Mel Tucker.
The pants, I like that too. It's just a little more edgier. Like I said, for like the newer Husker players. And Sam said as long as they don't mess with the helmet. And I 1000% agreed with that. That's the first thing I looked at, in fact.
Yeah,
so
leave that alone. You can't. Yeah.
Best helmet in all of football. Double O Dana says, glad there is no black. Look, prepare yourself, Dana. It's going to happen on Halloween for the blackout. Just be prepared. Look, it was a sight to behold last year, especially when they blacked out the N. All they really need to do is go full blackout, like the amazing image that I created a couple of years ago when we started talking about, what Memorial Stadium with the Tom Osborne Field could look like.
Oh yeah, your Boneyard Field or
my Boneyard Field.
Was.
Oh, the best.
I like the one with the Greg's open mouth in the end zone, where if you catch the touchdown, you get like 2 more points. It's like that's 8-point play.
Right. Yeah, that's the idea. But then you have to change the rules for all of football, and that's just not going to work.
Fuck the rules. It's 2026 and beyond. Nobody cares about shit now. Do whatever you want.
Look, I know that this is pretty ambitious, but I do, it's back in the day when I used to put time and effort into things, and this is still, I love this. If this was on the blackout week, sign me up.
Okay. First of all, Greg,
I love it.
You didn't put time and effort into the show during this time period of your life. I can vouch for that.
I did for this part, though.
You did for this one thing.
That's all that I needed.
You showed up in a big way for this, I have to say.
And everybody still loves it to this day.
They do.
I think it's phenomenal.
No, the turf won't be black. Like I said, in a perfect world, Husker Chuck, this is what the field would look like for the blackout game. But it's not a perfect world. It's a fallen and broken world. So
really is.
We do the best we can with what we have. So, all right. So uniforms are what they're going to be. We don't know what the alternative will be until we see it. So sorry, Dana. And then the other thing that I want to discuss, and again, I don't have the video, but it was being circulated and it was put out by Husker football social media. So it's official. It's something that they wanted to stand behind. And I realize that this is just old man yelling at the clouds, but it was a video of a coach's meeting, and Matt Rule is mic'd up, and he says, "Yeah, when he gets up, we're all going to stand up and walk out." And so Jeep Wade,
yeah,
our new offensive line coach, who, by the way, is bringing in monsters, recruiting monsters for the offensive line, gets up to the podium, and all the other coaches, maybe not all, but several of the coaches stand up and act like they're going to walk out, and ha, funny, ha. And I watched that, and I realized that they have to make content and engagement, and even bad engagement is good because of the algorithm and the clicks and the 10 cents or whatever that they're going to make. But I know none of this existed 30 years ago when Tom Osborne was head coach. I don't want to make that comparison, but let's go back more, recent memory. You would never, like, Nick Saban would never, I can't believe I even just mentioned him on the show, but he's not a guy who'd be like, "Hey, let's all get up and walk out on our offensive line coach. Ha ha, funny, ha." It wouldn't happen. At some point, just take the fucking job seriously. And we're not doing that anymore. And it's really starting to aggravate the shit out of me.
Okay. First of all, Greg, I agree with you, but not to that extent.
Well, then you're half right.
Okay. I think that it was done kind of as, kind of like, to me, it was a yuck. Because Jeep Wade is the new guy, right? And Matt Rule, being the head coach, should make everybody feel welcome. That was a bad look, in my opinion. I happen to know, though, because I went to his wife's salon, remember, that his wife is one of the best hostesses in the entire world. She's so, like, shining and bright and just welcoming. And, maybe it was done for the football program to put something out, but it was not my favorite thing.
I will actually be the counterpoint. It's going to surprise you guys. Yeah. Holy shit, Greg.
What?
Hold on to your perfect hair.
No, I mean, I almost fell backwards in the chair. Just so
I know. I thought we were going to lose you. No. So I think about it like this. Many probably didn't see it. Greg, you might have known about it, and a lot of people in the chat know about it. Back when Bo was here, I'm sorry, Double O Dane, I'm about to blow your fucking mind. So back when Bo was here, really, back when Bo was here, do you guys remember the story where they were having a meeting? And it's adjacent to what happened with this, but it wasn't recorded. But Bo had a meeting.
And I know of one meeting that Bo had that was recorded. So,
well, yeah, not that one. This was not. No, this was back when things were still okay. And he got into an argument with a player. I want to say it might have even been Sue. It was a big lineman. And I know some people are going to remember. So they got in an argument, and then they said, "Let's take it outside." They went in the hallway, and they heard all this commotion and banging around and yelling and screaming and whatever. Then they walked back in, arm in arm, laughing. Like, because they put it over on the team, and they thought they were like, "Holy shit, these guys are fighting." So it was like a thing to break the monotony, something fun. But that was not recorded. It was not viral. Yeah. But I think it was a combination of Rule trying to be funny and make, we got to do TikTok everything. But for me, the real joy in it is I just imagine Matt in his backward hat little mind, like, "Guys, it's going to be great. I'm going to tell them to walk out. Then we're going to walk out. And then it's going to be like, holy shit, we're going to go viral." And then it's like, I'm like a real rapscallion. This is great. And, I have a great buyout. Right now. Yeah, exactly. Podcast. I drive a Dodge Stratus. I could just imagine the energy in his
Dodge
head.
Stratus?
I could imagine the energy in his head that went into that, and we're going to get clicks. And so I don't hate it. Yeah, I don't hate it. It's like, yeah, bomb. I mean, I don't know.
You're blowing their minds tonight, Fred. You're not. I thought you were going to be maybe further on my side. I thought you were going to be like Dave Matney level of infuriated by these shenanigans.
No, I'm more irritated by dance routines on TikTok that they randomly do, or dancing out with the new uniforms, which is just kind of like this pussified. Yeah, exactly.
Thad Randall.
Oh, okay. It was a big guy. It was a big dude. Yep. It was a big dude. That's right. Yep. Wasn't Sue. It was a big guy, though. Thanks, James. Yes. But I think teams do that to, break up monotony, whatever. So if he's doing it for that, I'm fine with it. B, the clicks. That's the world we live in. Meh. I don't know. I doubt it, got to the top of Twitter charts or anything else, but I don't hate it. It just fucking win. Again, said it a million times, but I don't take great offense to it as much as other people do.
Well, even Sam said when you start winning 9 to 10
games,
there
you go.
Can joke around.
Yep, so, and I referenced Barkley earlier. Barkley said the best antidote, the best deodorant is winning. Just win. Nobody cares what the fuck you do.
That's true.
And we got to win. So win this year. Then nobody cares. We're not talking about this ever again. We're not talking about uniform stripes.
We're not talking about Coach Podcast if you're winning.
No.
I think we're talking about all of that. It's just it's more lighthearted.
But I think it kind of comes back to what is, and I've been saying this for years, and I don't want to like jump off the bandwagon. I don't want to be super cynical or negative, but I still feel like in my core I'm a Matt Rule guy. But what is the objective? Is the objective getting 100 million subscribers on TikTok? I don't know if that's I know that's a big number, but I don't know if that's big in the TikTok world. Or is it winning football games? Is it making yourself over as a personality, or is it being a coach that is going to fulfill the mission that you put in front of you when you were hired for the job, which is to return Nebraska to, what we all believe is its rightful place among the college football ranks. And again, I live in a bubble. I live in a Nebraska-centric bubble, even though I live in Illinois, right? I'm not out there following other teams' social media accounts. I'm not. So maybe other teams are doing this, and I'm just not seeing it. We ripped on it a couple of years ago, but like the Louis Vuittons and the Lamborghinis at Colorado a couple of years ago in the recruiting. So again, that's way beyond BS. But our other schools, our other proud institutions, are they just doing this, forgive me, dopey shit just because hey, we don't know what else to put out on social media today, and we got to do something because, as we all know, consistency builds your audience. So just there should be a social media team, and I'm sure there is. I know there is. But let them just hey, run some Emmett Johnson highlights. I would much rather see Emmett Johnson highlights from X game from 2025 than, coaches pretend to do like a walkout on Jeep Wade. So
I kind of have a feeling about this. Everybody has kind of had a horrible boss, right? Somebody who thinks, all of their ideas are great. And like the fact that he kind of started that whole situation and everybody kind of followed along with it, they didn't have a choice of whether or not to follow along with it. They could have felt like it was in bad taste, but are you going to really say something to the head coach about, maybe we shouldn't do this. Maybe this isn't a really good idea. And, I feel like especially in the corporate world, that happens a lot, right? There's a lot of people that are in, big positions that have really bad ideas, and everyone's like, oh my gosh, that guy's such a moron. Not that Matt Rule's a moron. I'm just saying he might be a better football coach than he is like practical joker.
I think you need to find a happy medium between the two. So I think, like Greg said, do you really want to do all this nonsense? No. I think people do. There were some weird videos Okie State put out with their kickers, and they were doing some dances that looked like the kickers belonged at a place that Scott Frost would go to. And it was very odd and off-putting. And it's just like that to me, it's a bit of a softening of the game because it's like doing this nonsense. And there needs to be like a walkout video on the guys leaving that as a joke. That's cool. So maybe do a couple, 3 of those, like some fun stuff. But then show some kick-ass shit where you're lifting and a guy fucking benches 550, or a guy they show him running the 40 and it's like super quick. Something like that. And I know Greg talked about old man screams at cloud. I was watching the friend of mine, my friend Dusty, sent me a video of the Wistrom and Peter. They were on some YouTube thing or radio, whatever the fuck they do. I don't know.
I think it might be like one of them may have a YouTube show or something now.
Something, yeah. And a lot of people dump on Jason Peter because they're like, oh, he's too mean and old school and whatever. But that worked and it won. And we're a different era, but he was like, this is just not tough. This is not manly. Dancing videos, nonsense. Like he goes, could you imagine doing that back in the day? And somebody said Saban doing that kind of thing or condoning it. I think you need to have a happy medium. You need to have like the tough guy stuff and then some levity, but not just this nonsense, because we win 6 games next year or less. And people are going to be able, well, they're fucking around on TikTok dancing. That's how it's going to look. You know, we crush it. Nobody even talks about those videos ever again. But I also understand Rule's predicament because he has to be the CEO head coach. He has to do the social media stuff. And get the clicks to get interest for players to come here.
Let me ask this. I don't disagree with the premise of your statement. Yes, he has to be the CEO doing the football shit. But does he have to be like Minnie, like you said, like the prankster, the practical jokester, or can he just have like a very earnest 30-second clip about, hey, this is what we're, and take it from a 10, 15, 20 minute, sit down where he's just saying, this is what we're trying to do at Lincoln. These are the young men we're trying, like, just make it more earnest. Like, I don't need my head football coach to be a social media celebrity, an influencer. I want him to be a damn football coach. That's it.
My favorite thing that Matt Rule has ever done, ever for our fan base was let us see what his locker room speeches were like. That gave a ton of inspiration, I think, to our fan base. And I think you should just go, that's a strength of his. Just lean on that.
Go with the real stuff. I mean, before everything was viral, our, Husker vision was the cutting edge of everything, the video, the way we cut it together and the emotional stuff. And now, but the problem is, like, Greg, I like what you said, Greg, do an earnest thing. It's like, this is Nebraska. We're going to do this and that, blah, blah, blah. We're head backwards now. But the problem is the players and the people he's trying to pull in don't have the attention span to watch a 20-minute video.
No. And I'm not saying,
so it's like, it's got to be this quick cut bullshit.
Right. I'm not saying that what you put out there is a 20-minute video. I'm saying it can all be clips from the same, whether it's, Sports Nightly or something like that. Like, it can just, but regardless of the age of the audience, I think people generally all are drawn towards sincerity. And I don't think that there's anything genuine about a lot of the stuff, I hate to say a lot of stuff that Matt Rule does, from the backwards ball cap and just coaching to the pretending to walk out on G-Way. Just, I think he's a great guy. And I think he's a good football coach. Just be that guy in front of the camera instead of being the rah-rah hype man. Like, there's only one Flavor Flav. There's only ever going to be one Flavor Flav. You don't have to be that. Just be the football coach that you're here. Like, you don't have to do all this extra stuff.
So and I think that's where he's got lost, because the game is different from when he was at Baylor. Mm-hmm. He probably was more authentic at Baylor and everywhere else, but now he sees it. We've seen how he's made changes quickly, which some are good, some are bad, but I think he's overcompensating now. He's moving too quick. So he's like, I got to do all these things. So weeks ago, when we talked the alcohol for all the Big Ten teams, he's the Husker crusher. I want to be tough. We're tough Huskers, but it's a lightly citrus infused beer that's drinkable for everyone. Right. So it's like he's trying to do everything, but in doing everything, you get nothing, because nobody feels, because we all feel like we're hearing a bill of goods. At least I am, and players may see these cool hype videos. They may not, but to me, it's just like, okay, you're just trying to appeal to everybody, but you're not, when you do that, you're not being you. So who is Matt Rule,
Who is Matt Rule? So somebody said that, who's running this shit show? Like, is anyone calling anyone out here? And that is such a good comment, because it's so important when you have like power kind of over everyone to be able to be called out when things are not a good idea. He needs somebody that's like, maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe, the Husker fan base isn't going to love that as much as you might love it. Like, kind of think about Nebraska and who we are as a fan base. Like, that just doesn't go over very well, I feel like. And it's really, really important where he is, especially as the Nebraska head coach, that he has somebody that can do that.
I don't always quote the greats. Most of the stuff that most of the genius that I shared just comes from right here. But the great Maya Angelou said that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
It's true.
And so I think that Matt Rule's best bet moving forward, we can't change anything he's done in the past, is just to be genuine. Like stop all stop the circus act, and just kind of come back down to reality a little bit.
Well, and that is kind of the thing, because I think from his second season on, we've heard the used car salesman euphemism. Like, it's like that's kind of the thing. So it's like he's trying to appeal. Yep. Thank you, Vince. Yes, exactly. And that's not authentic. So Osborne, authentic. Frank, authentic. Didn't work out great. Bo, authentic to a fault. Callahan, inauthentic. Riley, thanks for playing. Frost, I don't know what the fuck happened there.
Didn't play? Or didn't play in the right building?
Authentic margaritas. But yeah, it's like, so yeah, I just don't, I don't, yeah, just be true, because when people don't know what they're talking to, they don't know what they're getting. And I don't know what I'm hearing anymore. Because in the beginning, I was like, I like this guy. He has a plan for everything. He talks about stuff and he's great. And then it just kind of morphed into this odd. He's like the fucking Cheesecake Factory. The menu has 850 fucking things on it. And you sit there for an hour trying to figure out what you want to get. And it's all just bullshit and it sucks. And it's like, it's focusing on one thing. He said we were going to be tough like Temple when they ran the ball, because that's what they did, and use the fullback. and then it changed, and I just want some semblance of normalcy. That's all I want.
Fred, has anyone ever told you Confucius has nothing on you?
I don't know.
I mean, okay, you guys. Usually I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm rolling my eyes. But one, I agree with Greg, and two, I agree with Fred also. This is so weird.
Shit, what is
going on?
25th of June? I'm gonna get a lot.
Mark the calendar, everybody.
Fuck. That's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not like throwing anything out, but I'm just confused anymore. Really, it's like, what are we doing? What's the identity? Now we got a new swath of coaches. Hope it works out. But then what? You know,
it's not going to work out if you treat coaches like this. I'm sorry. You can't treat coaches like outsiders.
No. Well, I don't think that. I don't think the walkout was an outsider thing.
I think deep down it is. If you like kind of study psychology, it definitely is.
I don't know. Man, maybe if he thinks he's threatened by him, I guess. Deep down, but honestly,
I'm wondering how much he did that sort of thing to Mike Eckler, putting him down in the basement.
Well, but Eckler also had his own Obi-Wan Saga. Yep. I've been shot out of R2D2's chest, but yeah, it's the hologram, Greg. It's okay. You'll catch up. But no, I don't know. I mean, I think he started pushing too many buttons and like going too many different directions, and then it's equated to what we're seeing now. So I hope that if things work with Jeep and Oric and everything we got, then we can settle for at least 2 years, you know, and same people, and no pulling in Phil Snow to fucking look over White's shoulder. I mean, that was terrible. Like that hurt. That was not great. Like, would you want that at your job, Greg? No, you don't want a guy looking over your shoulder. No. So it's like,
do you know how many bosses I have?
You're probably like I've been at many companies too, Greg. I've had places where I had like 5 or 6. So yeah, it's just, you know.
My boss has a boss. You know, everybody has to answer to somebody. Everybody's got to be accountable to someone.
Got to serve somebody, like the song said.
Maybe the problem, and this was, you know, brought up. I know many of you referenced one of the comments about this, but maybe part of the problem is that Matt Rule's not really accountable to anyone.
Yep.
The fans.
Because that whole thing about him not getting the real grass in the stadium, remember, he was pushing for it. And even Troy Dannon had to say in a press conference, Matt and I have talked about this. Like, there's a reason. And the reason being that they want to hold other events at Memorial Stadium. So they can't have real grass. But Matt Rule's used to getting everything that he wants from the moment that he walked in the door. And most of the time you have to kind of earn that kind of trust. So I think you're right, Fred, as far as, you know, hopefully we have all the right pieces and all the right parts, and it'll see us through to a couple of years. I know, Fred. You get the hat.
I'd like to thank the Academy and my mom and dad and God, but
don't let it go to your head.
Too late. I already got like championship belts, but yeah, I mean, we just need consistency. And I mean, I feel like he and Dan get along, and I get the thing about you can't have grass with events, especially here. I mean, I don't know anything about like events and arenas and stadiums, but I know when I went to Mile High in 2003 for Metallica, they had a grass field, but over that grass field, they put a massive corrugated plastic thing that just covered it. So we didn't fuck up the grass for this like 8-hour show that we were at. So, I mean, there are ways around it, but then you put that on the grass, might fuck it up anyway. And I get it. And it has to be more expensive, especially here, to maintain grass. Because like Minnie, down in Arizona, I know where the Cardinals play. Don't they like have grass in their dome, but then they roll it out and then bring it back in or something. I mean, we can't do that here. So it's like literally you have to maintain grass in the Midwest for a whole year. Interesting to think about it now, like what Power 5 schools in our region have real grass? I've never thought about that.
Yeah. I don't know about any of them, honestly.
No, I think Iowa State is turf. Kansas State turf. Last I saw, Colorado turf. Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at Missouri yet, but I'm sure they're turf too.
Yeah, they were last I saw.
So
there you go.
North Dakota State.
The thing is that they figured out how they could actually put live grass down and actually keep it green all year round. I mean, they did that on the practice field. So it's not a matter of if they can do it. They can do it. They just can't with the way that, we're planning on using Memorial Stadium in the future. Like all year round. So
yeah. I mean, just again, as we talked last week, the Savannah Bananas were just there. Bananas. They're doing the golf thing in the fall, I think, after the Indiana game. So it's just all. But James Borman says that they have grass at Kansas City and in Green Bay. So, but would you have to tear up all of the underneath to put like in an irrigation? To your point, Fred. So.
Oh yeah, you would have to do major work on the underneath part in order to make it work all year round because it gets so freaking cold.
Right.
You'd have to put like in-ground heaters or something. I don't even know.
No, just play on it.
just play on dirt.
Don't they have like something underground in Green Bay though? I thought that keeps it like relatively
melts the snow.
Something. I don't know.
Above my pay grade. I'm not a Green Bay fan.
Me neither. Fuck 'em. I was a Bears fan.
You were a Bears fan, past tense?
Yeah. Yep.
I think I'm ready to move on from bitching about Matt Rule. And yeah, as Pitt says, just put the damned grain bin dome on it. Make it a great. Yep, that's fine.
That's actually a brilliant idea. Why don't they put a dome on it?
No.
Okay. Sorry.
No.
Sorry, I just realized what I proposed.
Okay. Nope. The football god. There you go. A giant umbrella sponsored by Travelers Insurance.
Somebody made like a mock-up of a corn dome where it looked like a corn cob over our stadium. It was fucking hideous. Just no.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play with AI now.
I'll find it. I'll send it to you. It was no, just no.
Okay.
Well, shifting topic to the last thing that I had to discuss this evening, and that is another Nebraska commit choosing the Cornhuskers over the likes of Kansas, Kansas State, Minnesota, Iowa, Tennessee, and others. He's an in-state interior offensive lineman, class of 2027 from Ashland Greenwood, Barrett Kittrell.
Nice.
For 270 pounds.
What's his knee circumference? Do we know that?
I do
Asking
not.
For a friend.
But he is the number 4 player in the state of Nebraska for the 2025 season. Or sorry, not even the right year. 2027 class of 2020. Jeez. Class of 2027, number 4 player.
1927. Okay, good.
Based on the 247 Sports composite.
I think it's good. Anytime you can get an in-state guy to stay, because we've bled them for a long time. Even the good ones are mediocre, whatever. They're going to Iowa State, K-State, whatever. And especially keep him from Iowa. Good. Now just develop him. Fuck it. And alignment, of all things. That's great.
Of all things. That's so important.
6'4", 270. he joins. I think I don't know how to read 247 Sports. He's either the third or the fourth interior offensive lineman commit with a roster that currently has 15 players on it in that position. So, but he is all in, and he chose us over Iowa. So suck at Iowa.
Exactly. No, that's great. I mean, hopefully we develop him now that we have an offensive line coach that doesn't talk about watering bamboo. Perhaps we could actually make him into a real player, and perhaps he's not got to kowtow to a quarterback who can't get out of his own fucking way. I mean, there's a lot of pluses here, so I am happy with getting this Ashland kid. Plus, they have a great brewery down there now and some good wine. So, yeah, get him on board. Fuck it.
Fred, I'm going to ask you. I'm going to put you on the spot just a little bit here. I can't remember where Ashland Greenwood is in the great state of Nebraska.
It's about like 25 minutes south of Omaha. So,
okay.
Yeah. South, maybe southwest a little bit, but yeah, it's close.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah. So it's all in the wheelhouse. Yeah.
Ben Stilley went to Ashland Greenwood.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And not, Barrett is going, but Bryce Kittrell also went. So probably a familial tie there.
Good.
It sounds like it. Okay, Greg. Are you trying to stump us?
That's how family lineage works, Greg.
Oh, we're bringing that back.
Numbers, whatever.
Now you got me Googling it, you jerks.
What? Please don't.
No, I already did.
Oh, jeez.
Minnie's White Claw's cutting through her.
Yeah. Actually, I'm almost done with this. So that's it.
Is it time to go?
Yes.
I think so.
Oh, so Bryce Kittrell played at Ohio University.
Oh, well, not Frank, but okay.
And that is Barrett's brother.
Oh, that.
So yeah, okay. Probably was for the Fighting Franks.
Oh, it would have been. Yeah, well, that's cool. Good deal.
So there you go. See, you give me just a little bit of time, and I'll come up with the answers.
Thank you.
Good job, Greg.
That's what I do.
That's why you're in charge.
That's what they say.
I'm not giving you an award.
I don't need an award. MPE had a great comment about an hour and 15 minutes ago. Says there's a great article on The Athletic about Tommy Frazier and the Glory Days. So if you missed those and you subscribe to The Athletic, go check that out. I do not subscribe to The Athletic.
Me neither.
So, but I don't have anything else. Do either of you have any final pearls of wisdom?
I have no pearls, Greg.
Do you have any?
Do I clutch them?
I actually just have one little thing.
Oh, okay.
And I know, Fred, you're the one who brought it to our attention. In our, I'm peek behind the curtains here. We have a little group chat, the three of us. Okay.
I've heard group chat.
And so Fred shared that there was this, basketball, Fred Hoiberg basketball documentary for the season, and it was actually really, really good. But it's 2 hours long, and it just basically recaps the entire season. Okay, but it's good because who doesn't like to relive us winning? So go watch it if you haven't already. But in one of the scenes, they pointed out that there's this guy. When Rank Mass came back from his injury, there was this guy in the audience wearing a T-shirt that said "at full mast," and he was escorted out. He was asked to leave the game, or maybe they gave him a different shirt. I don't know. But because he was in the front row, they didn't want that on television. So it reminded me of Fred, you wanting to get more t-shirts made that John had recently, or I guess last year or 2 years ago?
Year or two ago, yeah.
There is no hope shirt has been off unavailable for a couple of years now.
Yeah. So if anyone has any available through the black market, Fred is looking for some.
I had 6 and I've gone through most of them, and I have one that's like finally starting to pit out and get ugly, but I will find a way, one way or another.
I remember when we got hit with the cease and desist, and John put the flash sale on there. Fred, you bought a lot of shirts.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff. Friends, mostly me, because I'm arrogant prick. But yes, wearing them out. Good stuff.
One last note about Memorial Stadium and Tom Osborne Field, and more importantly, another reason to make it a grass field is that Pitt says, I still say we should plant corn on Osborne Field, and then have extra defenders or whatever.
Make our own Savannah Banana game for football.
There you go.
That would be fun. All right, well, that'll do it, I think, for this episode of the 5 Heart Podcast. Minnie, where was that, or Fred, where was that documentary?
YouTube.
Okay.
I think they just put together all of those theatrical game highlights videos and made it into one. I started watching last night, watched like 10 minutes, and it seemed it was the same vibe. So I think they just cut it together one big shot. Yeah.
Okay. All righty. Well, find that. Is it on Nebraska basketball, like Husker Hoops?
I think it was it was just Nebraska
Athletic
Huskers
or something.
Channel or something like that.
Nebraska Huskers, that's what it was. Yeah.
So it's out there. Go find it. Go watch it, and make your plans. Come back here next Thursday. We'll be here at the same time, 9:00 Central. Don't forget, it is God's favorite time zone, and we'll see you then. So for my esteemed colleagues and friends, for Minnie Hunt, for Fred Sacco, I'm Greg Mahochko. This is the 5 Heart Podcast. We remind you each and every week that 5 Heart is all the heart you need. Minnie?
And GBR.
Fred.
I'm going quick because I have to take a piss, so go Big Red.
Could have just said go Big Red and
got
a bit out of there that quicker.
I did all of it, Greg. Go Big Red.
Fred, is there anything else that on your mind?
No, I'm good. We're not going to slow roll this shit, Greg. Go Big Red.
They do to me.